Well, Chelsea will immediately point to the fact that Jarell Hatto has come on impressively last season. And, following the departure of Enzo Maresca, he actually got more prominence and was really a key contributor. He can play at left back. He can play at central defence. And so I think his emergence will continue. Of course, the departure of Cucurella means that it could open up scope for a versatile signing, I would say. It doesn't necessarily need to be a left back specialist, but somebody who can play in multiple positions across the team. There's Barco, who has been very heavily speculated as coming in from Strasbourg, the sister club of Chelsea. He, of course, was previously at Brighton and Hove Albion, and Chelsea haven't announced anything officially yet, but it would appear that that's the direction of travel. And he, of course, is experienced in playing left back, currently at the World Cup with Argentina. So I think there could be some activity, but, we would expect activity from Chelsea this summer regardless. And I don't necessarily think it will be a specialist left back given the resources they already have. But perhaps if somebody does come in, it would be with the ability to play in multiple different positions.
David, thank you very much indeed.
Chelsea have been forced into a major decision following Marc Cucurella's move to Real Madrid, and the club already appears to have a replacement strategy in place. While many fans expected the Blues to spend heavily on a new left-back, recent reports suggest Chelsea are looking inward before making a blockbuster signing. Fabrizio Romano has reported that the club has huge confidence in young defender Jarell Hatto, who impressed the coaching staff during the second half of last season. The biggest name linked with replacing Cucurella is Jarell Hatto. Chelsea believe the Dutch youngster can become one of the best defenders in the Premier League and see him as a long-term solution on the left side of defence. Romano has repeatedly stressed that Chelsea's internal assessment of Hatto is extremely positive, which explains why they were comfortable approving Cucurella's departure. However, Chelsea are not relying on Hatto alone. Reports indicate that Strasbourg's Valentin Barco is expected to arrive and could provide additional cover. The Argentine is valued because he can play as a left-back, wing-back, and even in midfield, giving Chelsea tactical flexibility. Sources close to the deal claim an agreement is already in place, making Barco one of the most likely arrivals at Stamford Bridge this summer. Chelsea's wider transfer strategy is also becoming clearer. The club reportedly wants 2 or 3 players capable of stepping straight into the starting 11 rather than continuing to stockpile young prospects. A centre-back and a versatile attacker are also believed to be priorities as the Blues attempt to recover from a disappointing campaign. Now, let's talk about Fabrizio Romano's reporting. Romano deserves credit for breaking the Cucurella to Real Madrid deal early, but some Chelsea supporters feel his updates often arrive long before a transfer reaches an advanced stage. Fans have become increasingly cautious whenever they hear phrases like interest, monitoring, or appreciation, because many of those stories never develop into actual bids. The criticism isn't necessarily about accuracy. It's more about timing. Romano frequently reports the earliest stages of a transfer story, which creates excitement among supporters. But in reality, Chelsea's replacement plan appears much simpler than many expected. Instead of spending £70 million or £80 million on a superstar left-back, the club seems prepared to trust Hatto while adding Barco as competition and depth. If Chelsea's plan works, they could save millions while developing 2 highly rated young players. But there is also risk involved. Replacing an experienced performer like Cucurella with potential rather than proven quality could backfire if results don't improve quickly. The pressure will be on Hatto and Barco to prove Chelsea made the right decision. For now, Chelsea's message is clear: trust the youth, spend smartly, and rebuild the squad without panic. Whether that approach leads them back to the top of English football remains the biggest question of the summer.